Hello everyone, welcome to the Hard Rock in Tenerife. This is our first ever live stream, so please do bear with us. How are we all doing? It's a Wednesday evening. We have got Knightstrider with us. Someone saying hi to Lydia. Lydia's over on another table, unless she's in the chat.
She'll be on in the chat in a minute.
Here he is, Knightstrider. I know, 93 of you tuned in to see me and Dean go live.
You will have to show them as well the view.
I will show them the view of the fountain. I know that's all what you're here for really, is the view of the fountain.
Right, before I go back to my drink for a minute.
Yeah.
Question for you both.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Both of your holiday highlights.
Holiday highlights. Seeing you, obviously.
Come on, other than that. Other than that.
I think it's got to be going to that like really remote beach that we went to for the sunset. You went there. It was just me and Dean.
Probably overtaken Garvey at the go-karts.
You know, he claimed on the vlog yesterday that he beat you.
He's joking.
He claims that he beat you.
No.
Well, we need to set the record straight here and now that they went go-karting, the three boys, and Dean. Andrew won, Dean came second, and Garvey lost. Garvey. So, yes.
Hit the thumbs up.
Hi, Kat, Dean, and Andrew. Hi, Martin, Margaret, Carol.
Ask them loads of questions.
It's nice to see you all come to chat to us on a Wednesday evening. Dean and I do love Hard Rock. I think that's why we chose to come here and do it. I collect the Hard Rock Cafe pins, and we do just love a Hard Rock. We mostly love the rooftop bar in this one because you get the view of the Golden Mile, which I will show you.
It's not too loud.
It's not too loud up here. The cocktails are lovely. I've got a Bahama Mama going down lovely. And Elton, hi Catherine, Dean and Andrew. Hi, hope you're all okay.
It's our last night, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is our last night here in Tenerife. We're very sad to be going home. Very sad. Flying home tomorrow evening, and then we go and collect our cats from the cattery on Friday. And I said to my mum earlier today, how do people who don't have pets go home from holiday? Because if I didn't have them to look forward to, I wouldn't want to leave at all. I would just stay. I would just stay. So if you don't have any pets, how do you actually get on the plane? Because I don't know how you do it. I'd just sack my life off in England and just stay here instead if I didn't have them. Also, let me know if you can hear me okay. There is some music up here, but I think we're far enough away from it for it to be okay. Addy, hey Kat and Dean, congrats on your first live. Thank you. Amanda, hi, thank you for tuning in. So what have you all been up to on this Wednesday? And as Andrew said, ask us some questions. Ask us some questions. What would you like to know? This could be your chance to get some goss on the Knightstrider. Can hear you fine, that's great, good to know. How was Dean after his curry?
I was actually not too bad.
I
got told the next day it was going to be quite heavy, but nah,
his stomach was gurgling in the night, he says.
Can we use this chair?
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, sure, no worries. Yeah, no worries. Evening Kat and Dean, watched all your Canadian vlogs, loved everyone. I'm sure your first live will be okay. Thank you, I hope you enjoyed the Canada vlogs. We absolutely love Canada. When and where is our next trip? Okay.
Don't know yet, do we?
Well, we do have something in the works for later on this year that we will reveal when we know more about it. It's definitely happening, but we just need to firm up some things, and that's quite a big trip. But between now and then, we have got something in the pipelines, haven't we, that's more sort of for the channel. We're going to go and try and do like a cheeky weekend somewhere, like where you just book the cheapest flight on Skyscanner. We're not fussy where we go. Fly from Liverpool, cheapest flight on Skyscanner, see where we end up, literally just Saturday to Sunday, just see where we end up. So let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing that. Like literally just go on Skyscanner and book
We'll have to
the
record
cheapest flight.
ourselves going on Skyscanner, and then whatever comes up cheapest, just go.
Yeah, they're not being fussy about destination, just go wherever's cheapest. Nigel is over on Monday for 2 weeks. I am so jealous. I will be back
Did you watch
in work.
Liverpool last night? You
I didn't.
actually,
I
did you?
didn't watch it on purpose because I felt like what happened was going to happen, and it did. But my dad did watch it. He had a lovely night in a Spanish bar full of Real Madrid fans.
Did you watch the reactions this morning? And it was in both.
Honestly, he's been more giddy about that Liverpool result than he has been about the recent Everton results where they've started winning. So it shows you just how bitter he is. Would you consider moving to Tenerife, coming for my first visit in 4 weeks? And a Liverpool fan, good choice with the Liverpool fan. Would we move to Tenerife? The answer with that one has to be no. Because for us, we love coming here on holiday. It's our little escape. But I don't think I could live here.
I think 3 months max.
I could come for a good few months at a time. But yeah, I don't think I could live. I don't think I could be very productive in the heat. That's what someone does from Cyprus, like book the cheapest flights, or flights for all less than 50 quid. Yeah, I think that's what we're thinking of doing, is just looking for the cheapest flight and going. Doesn't matter where. I didn't, Andrew, you'll have to reply your comment. I didn't actually see it. I know it said Liverpool, so he was probably winding me up about the score. At least Liverpool aren't in a relegation battle. Exactly, Andrew. Exactly.
I've got used to that now.
How is Dean after his fall challenge? Not too bad, are you?
Right, yeah.
No, he's not too bad. He went out for a veggie breakfast at the Ginger Pig the next day.
Lost a few
And
pounds
all
next
was
day.
forgotten.
Lost me dad, bod.
What was the Liverpool score? Oh, it was 5-2 to Real Madrid at Anfield, Andrew, in case you missed it. Once went, 2 songs to CV. Sorry, I don't understand that message. How did you feel after the fall, and what was raised? What was the total so far? I will get Andrew or someone to put the link for Dean's GoFundMe for his marathon charity in the chat.
With the donations from the stream.
Have a little look on your phone now what it ended up as.
2,300.
So 300 over his target. And Elton was saying that she loved our Canada vlogs. It really makes our day to hear that. We absolutely love Canada. So if we did any kind of justice to how stunning that place is, then that makes my day. Because honestly, if it's not on your bucket list, put Canada on your bucket list, guys. Just, it's such a stunning place. Such a stunning place. So, what was your highlight then? Beating Garvey on the go-karts?
Yeah.
My other highlight would be the Inarga Forest. We did go down to the Inarga Forest this trip. We don't do it every trip because it is a bit of a hike away. But yeah, it was really good. Mark agrees, the Canada series was awesome. Looking on your Insta and the forest looks amazing. Honestly, if you're coming to Tenerife anytime soon, take some time out to head up to the Inarga side of the mountains up in the north. The forest, the mountains, even just the views from the road, even if you just drove the roads, which are a sight to behold in themselves, it's a stunning day out. It really is. Dean's dream job, playing for Everton.
No. Probably booking holidays for people. I love.
So travel agent.
Yeah, but
You
like,
could easily do that if that's your dream
like
job.
Like a stay-at-home one.
Love your photos. You have the perfect eye for a picture. Thank you so much.
Tried chai restaurants in Liverpool. It rings a
Have you
bell.
tried the chai restaurant in Liverpool? I'm there now, and you'll need to try it when you're in Liverpool.
It rings a bell.
We've never been, but we will add it to the list. Thank you for the recommendation. Dean, where did you finish in the go-karts? On the asking. See, Dad, I've been told that you lost.
No,
so...
I think he won because he got brought in first by the fella, and he's done less laps than us.
Those mountains in Canada didn't look real. Stunning, love the vlogs. Thank you. They don't look real even when you're looking at them with your own eyes. Honestly. Your photography in Canada was unbelievable. And my favourite pic, the one in Liverpool. I'm not sure which one. I obviously take quite a lot of pictures in Liverpool. There's two of the lava buildings that are my favourite, the one with the moon and the one with the birds flying across at sunset. Two of my favourite pictures that I took last year. But yeah, any compliments to my photography really means a lot. I don't make any money from it at all. It's just my outlet. I just really enjoy it. It's my escape from reality, the way I de-stress. So thank you. If you think I'm good at it, I just do it just for funsies.
Chai's on Renshaw Street.
Renshaw Street. You'll have to make a note of that one, Dean. What type of food does it do?
I think it's an Chinese.
I'm a travel agent, Dean, and truly love my job. See, you could go and be a travel agent then, if that's what you want to do.
I love looking at hotels and flights. I just love it.
Who was the naughtiest child growing up?
Andrew.
Childhood? Andrew. Teenagehood?
Andrew.
Me. No, Andrew was a really good teenager. I was the bad teenager. Sarah was an angel throughout.
You were like a little Avril Lavigne, weren't you?
Yeah. I had the emo phase, as everyone calls it. But yeah, as a child, I mean, we were all, we all had our days. But Andrew was definitely the cheekiest, but got away with the most. Is that not always the case? The youngest child gets away with everything. Let me know if you agree. I'm a middle child, so some people say that I've got middle child syndrome. Sarah gets away with everything because she's the first. Andrew gets away with everything because he's the youngest. Dawn, yes, I am. I'm the middle child. Have you ever fallen out or argued? All the time. All the time. Just because we don't show it on YouTube doesn't mean that we don't have our arguments and fallouts.
The age group also.
What's the age group between you and your siblings? Does Dean have any siblings?
No, I'm just
Dean's an only child, and you can tell. And between me and Andrew is 3.5 years, and between me and Sarah it's 2.5 years. So there's a bigger gap with Andrew. But surprisingly, when I was younger, I would say I got on with Andrew better. Two girls, we used to fight a lot. I used to get on with Andrew better because I was a bit more of a tomboy. But now the three of us, we get on fine. Once you get to adulthood, you put all of that aside. My youngest daughter does, however, so does the oldest, even if he's 20. See, the youngest one, I'm the oldest, and then the middle one gets in trouble for everything. And the other two blamed me for everything as well. Love your dress top. This is from...
Quiz, isn't it?
No, it's Next, but it's a brand inside Next. Love and... I can't remember. Something like that. I can't remember what it was called, but it was from Next. And it was just before I came away, so they should still have it. My escape is watching yourself and Andrew on YouTube. It takes me away from a very stressful life. Julie, thank you for watching. I'm glad that we can give some kind of escapism. Travel is our escapism, so if we can bring that to you guys at home, then that's all we ask for, really. We mostly just set it up, didn't we, for our own memories. We used to enjoy, if we ever went for a day out with Andrew and we were on the vlogs, we used to enjoy watching it back and reliving the day. So we just thought, well, why don't we just do that with our trips? Because we're both passionate about traveling and seeing new places. So there's 302 people tuned in. What does Dean do at John Lewis? His wife is a personal stylist at the Cribs Causeway branch.
I work in the restaurant, so I do mostly back of house with the food side. But when I go back, I'm doing slightly something different. So I'll be mostly overlooking what goes on in the kitchen. You're getting a temporary promotion, aren't you, while someone goes away? Secondment, yeah.
Hayes Travel have travel counsellors from home. Someone from Ormskirk is saying that you could work for Hayes Travel from home. You'll look into it.
I love just going online and looking at flights and hotels.
Yeah,
and
that is
I could do that all day.
That is his side of it. Whenever we go away, he sort of books the logistics and I plan what we do whilst we're there. So do any of you have a role, when you're going on holiday with your partner or your family, or does someone take charge of one thing and another, or do you guys just leave it all to one person? You two are lovely together. Thank you so much. Someone did ask who am I most alike. I get told I look like my dad and I'm loud like my dad. So I would probably have to say my dad, but I don't really have his confidence. It may come across that way, but I don't really, if that makes sense. But I'm as loud as him. And people say I look like him, which isn't a compliment. A sincere thank you to you, Kat. You and Andrew have got me through losing my little Westie. Oh, I'm sorry, Amanda. I remember you commenting going through that. I hope you are okay. Keep your chin up.
It's not nice.
There's always a community. The Striders are amazing, and the Knights have all been through that not too long ago either, and it is awful. And being a vet nurse, I really, really understand how hard that is. So my thoughts are with you. I hope you're okay. I have to do everything. My husband wouldn't have a clue. I feel sorry for you, honestly.
Honestly, I do like all the...
At least ours is like an even split, although sometimes when we're away, I get a bit like, oh, do I have to plan everything? Because Dean's just so laid back, he'll just go with the plan. He's just not bothered. He can chill or he can go and do different things. He's just not bothered. So that's my side of it.
And the hotels, flights, like transportation.
Yeah. Mostly. And you're spot on 99% of the time. You've took us to a few dodgy hotels in your time, but none of us died, so yeah. It's fine.
The worst one was when we went to Croatia a few years ago.
Yeah.
It was like a ground block apartment.
We were only there for one night whilst we waited to get the ferry.
We must have been above like a load of stray cats, and they were just meowing through the night. And
I was trying to save them. We were it was an Airbnb, that wasn't it? It was an Airbnb because we were only there for one night waiting for the ferry.
It was only like 20 quid.
And it was really cheap. I do most, but the hubby pays. See, I'd do everything if you were going to pay the bill. My mum says Dean is the quiet one out of the two of us, definitely. They say opposites attract. I can talk the back leg off a donkey, whereas Dean...
I'm just sent out all the time.
We've moved to Tenerife and we chose to rehome our elderly cats with our very good friends. We thought it was cruel to bring them with us into the heat and miss them terribly. Oh, Dawn, I agree with that decision. If they're older cats as well, like the move, the flight over, it's as hard as it is for you, definitely that sounds like it was the right decision, especially if they're with friends and you can get constant updates. But I can't imagine saying goodbye to my two at home. So my heart goes out to you with that one, but it sounds like you definitely made the right decision. Dean, your favourite pint? I can answer this one for you. It's a Madri.
I love a Madri. I do love a Madri.
Catherine and Dean, what is your next travel plans after Tenerife? We were discussing it earlier. We've got something planned for May, but we're not going to announce it just yet because we're still sort of sorting stuff out.
It is a good trip.
It is going to be a really good trip. It's going to be a big one. Andrew's saying 335 tuned in for your first live. Well done. Thanks, mate. Thank you. He's over there. He'll come over in a minute, I'm sure.
He said to know a drink or what?
Well, maybe signal to him and ask him. Where did you and Dean meet? Tinder. I am a Tinderella, as they say. We met on Tinder. So don't knock it till you've tried it. You have to swipe through a few frogs. Madri watching the Everton game on Saturday. Oh dear, is he in work? Yes, Dad.
I am in work.
Dean will be in work. Thank you for rubbing the salt in that wound.
The weather here on Saturday looks shocking, so good luck.
He just loves winding us up, but it'll be quite easy, roles reversed, once he's home too.
I'll be in a hot kitchen and you'll be cold here.
Have you been out running while you've been in Tenerife? He has once. He was a little bit unwell.
I've been quite unwell this trip.
The Kalima kicked off his asthma, which he doesn't normally suffer with. There's his cough there. Yeah, the Kalima with the dust in the air kicked off his asthma, and then I think he picked up like a little bit of a cold on the plane as well. He was COVID negative, but so he only went running once, and it nearly killed him off in the heat.
Yeah.
Dean, favourite thing about Tenerife?
I just think it's like there's loads of places to eat and drink. It's like the weather's usually good, and it's not really rough here or that I've seen, like, so I think it's nice, like having the beach and the seafront as well. Like,
I think what Dean likes most about it is the really relaxed way of life. It winds some people up, my dad, that everything takes its time, but that suits Dean's personality down to a T. So I think that's what he likes, is just the slower pace of life, getting up, having a coffee, having a stroll in the sunshine. And that is what I like about Tenerife, to be fair, is that just that you can walk everywhere because the weather is always nice 99% of the time. Dad, great views for your first live, well done. Thank you everyone for tuning in. That's not down to me, that's down to you guys. Dad, we are still waiting for a drink if you want to help us out. Can you get inhalers in Tenerife if you run out or lose them?
I presume you can, but
that's a good point.
I have got inhalers back at home, but I've never needed to bring them to Tenerife. But with the I think this is the first time we've had a cleaner, haven't we? When we've been to Tenerife, so.
Coming over the first time in May, we have a place on Costa del Sol, but fancy a change. You are going to love it.
Which party are you staying in?
Yeah, which party are you staying? And have you got anything planned yet? You are going to love it. You are. Someone, I think Anne mentioned about going cruising. Would we ever do it? We've done a cruise in the past. We've done a few cruises in the past, actually. We would definitely go again. I quite fancy a P&O cruise. But yes, no plans at the minute, but we would love to do another cruise. We'd love to cruise Norway, but then I'd love to visit Norway full stop. There's not many places in the world where you could say to me, Catherine, would you go there? And I'd say no. There's really not. That I would consider going pretty much anywhere. Let's see. Mick Harvey minds of vodka.
Top 3 travel destinations.
Canada.
Croatia.
Croatia we loved. Top 3 is hard. Top 3 is hard. I did love California. Loved it. America in general because I love Florida. The Bahamas.
Iceland.
Iceland. Oh. See, it's too hard to choose.
Cancun in Mexico.
Cancun in Mexico was incredible. Well, we stayed in Riviera Maya, didn't we? But Mexico, there's loads to do in Mexico, but it was expensive. Loved your Canada vlogs. I'm going through your California vlogs. You're both a joy to. Oh, thank you so much. 365 tuned in. Thank you, Andrew. See, Andrew is just. How could you not get on with him? Everyone's asking whether we get on. How could you not get on with him? He's just really supportive, and it's down to him that I'm here. But funny story actually. I was actually the one that got Andrew into YouTube in the first place. I remember going away. We were in Italy. Do you remember the conversation? We were in Italy and we were in the hotel room, and I had a vlogger. I think it was Louise Pentland actually. That's how well I remember this. I was watching whilst I was like doing my hair or something. And he walked in. He was like, "What are you watching?" And I was like, "YouTube." And he was like, "Well, you're just watching someone going about their day." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "That's weird." And I was like, "It's not, honestly." He was like, "You find people that you like to watch." And lo and behold, he got really into watching different people on YouTube. He found different people than me, but he got really into watching different people on YouTube. And I was telling him for years, I was like, "You live in Tenerife, start a YouTube channel. Like, people love watching people that live abroad." I was hounding him, and it took him ages to bite the bullet. And then it was reversed, and he was saying to me, "Well, start one. You always go traveling with Dean, start one." And it took me ages to bite the bullet. We are coming over on Saturday. Wife is asking what to pack. She's worried about the weather. Maxi dresses and midi dresses have been my friend this holiday. Cardigans or a light jacket for the evening have also been my friend. Don't trust the weather app because it's been really inaccurate.
When the sun's on, it feels about 28 degrees.
Yeah, it does. It's warm when the sun's out. When it clouds over, it can go a bit nippy. We've still been wearing shorts and t-shirts in the day though. We were gonna go to Siam Park today, but you couldn't just sit around. We were going to go to Siam Park and we were going to vlog it for you guys, but after the weather yesterday, we just sort of thought we were going to do the deluxe package as well and vlog whether it was actually worth it, where you get unlimited food, unlimited fast pass, your sunbed, your towel and all of that stuff, and we were going to vlog that for you guys, like an is it worth it video. But the weather yesterday, we were like, is it worth it for us to pay that money to go in? And we decided against it, and it was a good call because it did go a bit chilly. It's like too cold to be in the water all the time, if that makes sense. And then we have been let down by the weather with another thing, is that I months ago booked permits for me, Andrew and Laura to hike to the peak of Teide. You need a permit to do it. They only let 100 people a day, 200 people maybe, I can't remember the figure. They only let a certain amount of people a day hike to the very peak, just to reduce footfall and impact on the national park. So I booked that months in advance, months ago, and the weather for the day we had it booked, the cable car was closed, the trail was closed, we couldn't go. We could move the cable car ticket, but the permit, because they're free, this is another thing, is I've heard of people paying for these permits. If you want one, go on the proper, we searched Mount Teide permit, and it goes to the proper Spanish National Parks government website. They are free. They don't want money for you to go up Teide. They just want to reduce footfall. So the permits are free. And because they're free, they're not obligated to sort of reschedule it for you. It's just kind of like a hard look, it was closed. So it was after all the rain, we were due to go a week ago yesterday. And after all the rain, it all fell as snow, turned to ice up there, and it was closed. So I was absolutely devastated because I booked it months ago. You have to get in there if you want the permit because there's so few. And we rescheduled the cable car for yesterday, and the weather there was a clearing, so you couldn't even see La Gomera. There was low cloud all over the island. We wouldn't have seen anything, so we cancelled it for a refund. Kat, you're an actual very watchable. Thank you, Siobhan. That is a lovely compliment. Barbados is lush. It's on our list. There's not many places that aren't, but Barbados is on the list. Hardly watch TV, watch YouTube, love other people's lives, especially travel vloggers. Linda, we're the same. We don't watch much TV these days, do we? It's Netflix or YouTube for us, and mostly it's YouTube.
Someone just said, what part of Croatia do you recommend?
Oh, go to Plitvice National Park. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but we flew into Split, didn't we? Hired a car, drove up to Plitvice or Plitvica, or where all the waterfalls are. Oh my god, it's unreal. It's unreal.
Come back down to Split, didn't we?
Then we came back down to Split, stayed the night, and caught the ferry to...
Loads of car ferries.
Yeah, so we got the ferry to Bol. Was it Bol?
Bol, and then
we went to Hvar as well.
Entered it into Dubrovnik.
Yeah, so we travelled around it, and we also took a day trip to Bosnia whilst we were in Dubrovnik because it's not too far. It was a brilliant trip, but the highlight for me was that national park with all the waterfalls. There's also Kirka Falls that look good. They're not far from Split, but we went to Plitvice. Unreal, honestly. Kat, you seem very confident in front of the camera. I'd be petrified. I'll be honest, I've been exposed to it quite a lot with Andrew's lives. I'm on them quite a lot. So I think that is why. And also it kind of feels like a conversation because you guys keep giving me the comments. I'm not just sitting here thinking what to say. It's like having a conversation with friends almost. But I think if I hadn't been exposed to it like Andrew, then yeah, I would agree. I'd be petrified too. You just get used to it. I think that I would never have started a YouTube channel if it hadn't been for Andrew and the fact that he exposed me first and I got used to it, if that makes sense.
Something like that as well. We eaten yet, but we haven't.
No, we haven't eaten. We're actually going for our last meal in Vegas Grill. We toyed with going to the teppanyaki, didn't we? But Vegas Grill is Dean's absolute favourite restaurant. Imagine a world without YouTube, Knightstrider and Cat Night featuring Dean. So yeah, who else are your favourite YouTube vloggers? Ours are Cara and Nate.
Adam Hatton.
We love an Adam Hatton vlog in Disney. Gives us the Disney vibes.
Peter McKinnon.
Peter McKinnon. If you haven't watched, if you love the Canada series, get over and watch Peter McKinnon. He will put my photos, my videography, everything's a shame. He's a Canadian, lives in Ontario. He is such a cool guy, honestly. If I could ever meet him, I'd be absolutely starstruck. He's taught me so much about photography, honestly. Yeah, if you enjoyed Canada, Peter McKinnon is your one to go and look at. The Incredible Wilsons, we love watching them as well. They're Florida vlogs. We love a Florida vlog. I like Brogan Tate. She's recently just celebrated reaching 100,000 subscribers. She does Disney vlogs.
Flying the Nest, I follow them on Instagram. They're like, I think the woman's from
Travel
Australia.
Beans, yeah,
she's
we
from
like
Australia. They're quite cool.
Yeah, Travel Beans, we like them. Flying the Nest. The Lodge guys, Rebecca Lamb.
Noel Phillips, I subscribe to him. He's the pilot. He loves planes. And
Knightstrider. I'm not too keen on that one.
I quite like Simon Wilson as well. He's the one who gives you all hacks for like airports and all that. Like.
Yeah. Who's the other one that we like? Matty. Oh, his surname escapes me because it's
Matty.
It'll come to me. His first name Matty. No, it's gone.
What does he do?
Like he's friends with Peter McKinnon. And the other one that you like as well. Bald and Bankrupt. We've not watched that guy. That's a travel
I think
vlogger.
I've watched a few of
No,
them. He
I've
goes
never
to all
watched.
these obscure countries.
Never watched him. Are you planning on more live streams in the future? If you guys want us to do them, I'm not sure where we would go or what we would do, but we can definitely. The Despicable 3, yep, we watch them as well. They're good friends of Andrew's. Hi Captain Dean, congrats on the first live. How are you doing after the fall challenge?
Alright, yeah. Just manned up.
Just manned up. Matty, yes, that's the guy. Yes. Matty, I don't know what is. That is. You're on the right track with that one. I can't remember what his name is. What's Lava like for a drink? We've not actually been to Lava Lounge.
No, we haven't had a chance. Oh, Theme Park Worldwide.
Yes. Theme Park Worldwide, we do love him. He has just got infectious enthusiasm. He can be at the weirdest, cheesiest theme park ever, and he makes you want to go.
Makes it interesting, yeah.
Like me and Dean have been to Blackpool many times, and I'm not the biggest fan of Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Like, I'd rather go to the piers and stuff in Blackpool, but whenever we watch him in Blackpool, Dean's like, we need to go back to Blackpool. His enthusiasm is just infectious.
Block this, is it Mick Garvey?
Yeah, this Mick Garvey. Love the vlogs made by the LFC fans last night. He let Dad, honestly, watch some EFC content if you're a Leverton fan. Walk with me, Tim. Yeah, I watch him. I like his hotel reviews. He reviewed, what is it called? The Adelphi in Liverpool. And it's not got a very good rep. Yeah. Matty, yes. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name. But Views from Our Travels has got his name right. Apart from the vloggers in Tenerife, we love Ben and David for the cruise vlogs and Flying the Nest. Travel Beans, we like them as well, don't we? And there's another Scottish couple. Oh, that do we like van life vlogs, even though I don't think I could ever persuade Dean to go and do van life. I'd love to do it, but I could never persuade him, but we like watching it.
Yeah.
Hannah Block McGraw. Shall I hide him for a bit? I like Yucky Ones and the Tobro. Wax Whisper. Dr. Pimple. I quite like watching Dr. Pimple Popper. Dog groomers with badly massive dogs. We get that in work and it's very satisfying. 389 of you are tuned in now. Wow. Nearly 400 people for our first ever live stream. That is amazing. Incredible. I do want to show you guys the view, but there's people. I don't want to interrupt them enjoying their drink. So I can show you the view this way though. Hang on. Don't really want to pick this up. No. How do I flip this round?
There's a Mick Garvey there.
There's a Mick Garvey behind us. There we go. So we can see down the Golden Mile that way. And then you can see the Med Palace. And you've got the Hard Rock just there. But yeah, I don't want to disturb the people enjoying a drink behind us. Oh gosh, I don't know what I've done now. See, I shouldn't have been trusted with the gimbal. Everyone's asking Garvey to give us a wave.
Too busy watching the
Go and tell him
videos.
to come over.
Paul.
But he has to be Paul Knight, not McGarvey. As Paul Knight, yes. It's like, come over.
All of them running over. Fastest I've seen him move this holiday.
I never need a second invite onto the camera. But
No, you don't.
Oh, we're losing views here.
I found where you were.
It's dropping, all the views are going.
The views is dropping down.
It is.
380, 360, 340, 320.
How are your eyebrows?
Eyebrows. Well, I looked at my eyebrows tonight and she still left all the white ones in.
That's because they're mostly white.
You know, and I'm like, I thought she was plucking them. It felt like she was plucking them out.
Excuse me.
And oh, we've got another, hey, you know, special guests. Not Sussy and Sweet.
No, it's not Sooty and Sweet.
I'm just checking what your dad's up to. If he's up to.
He's actually behaving himself. Mick has stayed firmly away from the live stream,
I did
and
lose
my
a few
dad
viewers,
is
like.
here to.
Now
Hi
what?
everyone.
Your views will go up now. 360, 380, 400.
Well, we were on 394, so I can't believe that many of you have tuned in. To be honest,
And guess what? It's Mum Strider's birthday tomorrow.
It is.
Not about me.
well, but it is Mum Strider's birthday tomorrow, so everyone wish Mum a happy birthday. She's 21 tomorrow. Would you believe?
35.
Again? You finished 5 last year.
Again. Yeah. 35 plus VAT.
35.
404.
Over 404 people. What they see that is since Dad came over, isn't it? Unfortunately. I wonder what it would do if Andrew and Laura came over. I think they're enjoying a night off from being on the live. To be honest with you, he does it so much. Hello, Paul Knight, not Mick Garvey. See,
Exactly,
some people get it on.
Paul Knight.
Mick Garvey is a Knightstrider exclusive character.
Paul Knight is going to appear exclusively.
Happy birthday, Lydia. Dean, apparently you need your prescription from home to get an inhaler now. So he couldn't have got one anyway by the looks of it.
Right, I'll leave you to it.
Okay.
Just wanted to check that he was behaving.
He was behaving. He is
Best
behaving.
behaviour.
He is behaving.
Best behaviour.
Everyone's wishing you happy birthday.
Can we just tell them about your little snake in your luggage?
Oh, God.
If you watched Andrew's
You have
live
to tell
yesterday
them the story.
afternoon,
He
I'm
hates-
sure
hates
A
snakes.
massive phobia of snakes.
Massive. He won't even watch that famous film Snakes on a Plane.
No.
And there's another famous story in a canoe in Florida.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll leave that with you.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Obviously, because we're going home tomorrow, I had all my clothes out to pack, and as soon as I turned me back for something, I think Lizzie or Paul's hidden a rubber snake in between it all. And
that they bought apparently on Andrew's live yesterday when we went there.
I picked a t-shirt up, it emerged from the clothes, and I jolted out the room.
He has an irrational phobia. Some people don't like snakes. Dean's is to the extreme. And he says it's because someone brought snakes, like
Yeah,
they
the
had
animal
someone
man
in,
in school.
the animal man came into school and he got
I got
forced into holding one when he
tail
didn't
wrapped
want
around
to.
my neck.
So, yes,
Does anyone
he's
else
got
hate
irrational
snakes?
phobia of snakes. And when we went canoeing in Florida,
One tried to jump at me
it
in the
really,
water.
it really didn't.
There was a water snake.
I did zoology at university. I love all animals, great and small. So we're canoeing in a swamp in Florida. We're looking out for
It
alligators.
actually jumped down. It jumped off a tree into the water.
And the guide was like, "Oh, look, a snake." Dean wanted out of there ASAP. If he didn't know that there was alligators in the water, I think he would have jumped out of the kayak and ran because the water was like waist deep. I think he would have ran. This snake was like coming towards us. I get my phone out to try and get a video. And Dean was like, cat, cat, cat.
I won't repeat what I said, but
And the guide was kind of like, no, let's move away from the snake because he thought it was a venomous snake. It
It
turns
was.
out it turns out it wasn't.
It was.
It wasn't. It was a rat snake. But yeah, funny story that. Dino for I'm a Celebrity.
No.
I don't think he wouldn't even get into the jungle because he wouldn't do the height challenges. You know where they have them at the top of the building on the first episode to like earn their way into camp or whatever it is. He wouldn't even do that, so he wouldn't even make it into the jungle to be scared of the snakes. People saying they hope Dad recovered from his wax. We didn't witness that one either, did we? We were off on an adventure. Happy birthday to my mum. Thank you. I'm sure she'll see it. She's on the chat over there. Gemma Collins would last longer in I'm a Celebrity than Jean would. Gemma Collins has done it, hasn't she?
She's on Big Brother.
No, she's done I'm a Celeb. Yeah. I don't think she lasted long though. I was really excited for Olivia Atwood to be in it this year, and then she got taken out for medical reasons, didn't she? But I think she would have been hilarious if she was given the chance. You couldn't get me into the helicopter to get to... That's Dean. You wouldn't get him in the helicopter
I
either.
don't know. I'd have to give it a helicopter a go.
Dean, I saw you on that tiny plane to the Grand Canyon. He's not good. The amount of things that I've made him do that he would have never done if I wasn't making him is unbelievable. What ones can you think of? That tiny plane to the Grand Canyon. You'd have never got on that if I wasn't making you. Getting on a boat here.
What did we do? In Slovenia. The whitewater rafting.
Whitewater rafting, yeah.
I'm not a good swimmer.
Jumping off the mountains here and going parascending. You would never have done that.
No. I don't know how I've done that to this day.
And when I first met him, he was scared of dogs because he was scared of our dog. And then they became best mates. I wasn't scared of him for long. But I tricked him when we were on our first date. I was telling him about the dog, and I said, because we rescued him from Tenerife, he only speaks Spanish. So when you meet him, you have to speak to the dog in Spanish. And he believed me.
I said hola to the dog.
He believed me. Dean, I'm the same. Very bad phobia. And his son's the same with spiders. I'm not a big fan of spiders.
I don't mind small ones, but...
How many would you run a marathon for a wonderful charity? That is true. That is true. We're saying all the things he wouldn't do. He will run 26.2 miles for charity.
I'm going to try and run it.
So we have to give him a round of applause for that.
As soon
Definitely.
as I get home from here, I'm just knuckling down for a few weeks.
Yeah. You need to do some good training. Definitely. Happy birthday, Lydia, for tomorrow. Thank you. We're actually leaving on the evening of her birthday, so we won't get to take her for a meal, but tonight is kind of like her birthday meal. I'm watching Corrie on ITV right now. Enjoy, Eugene. We're not big fans, Corrie. We don't really do normal TV. It's Netflix or YouTube for us, but hope you enjoy. I felt sick when we did the Grand Canyon on a plane. I sat at the back, which was the worst place apparently. It wasn't a very long plane ride, was it?
No.
We had to fly from like Las
Got
Vegas
about 8 people on it.
to like a little airport in Arizona, and it was only about
Hour?
no, it was about 40 minutes, if that, half an hour max. But it was one of those tiny planes where it's just one seat to either side of the aisle and a tiny little window and
I
propellers.
seen thunder, lightning and everything.
Oh, the next will be a seaplane where you land on the wall. Did you ever have a meal at La Cava? Maybe your mum and dad did. It was up the steps near the tunnel of Lost Cliffs.
They probably have.
Not that we can remember. You're an amazing couple. And Dean smashed the fall. He did. He really smashed the fall challenge. He smashed his fundraising for it with the support of all of Andrew's followers and everyone that tuned in. We can't thank you enough, and I am going to vlog the marathon weekend. I'm going down with him. We'll only be there. Are we going down the Friday to the Sunday?
Friday evening, come back.
Friday evening.
If I can walk the Sunday evening, yeah.
Friday evening till the Sunday evening. I can't get any time off work, unfortunately. But Dean's going to try and do a London park run on the Saturday morning, just a little 5k to stretch out the legs before the big day. And then we're going to have a bit of a day in London, and then there's marathon day. And I'm going to have 4 whole hours-ish
5
to kill after he sets over the start line until I meet him at the finish line. So I am going to be vlogging the little London marathon weekend. Might live stream him crossing the finish line if I can. Not sure how that will pan out. How long have we been together?
Nearly 9 years.
Too long.
Nearly, I think it's 9 years, isn't it, this November?
Yeah, something like that.
2014.
Yeah. Long time. You're so professional, Kat, runs in the family. Best of luck, Dean. Thank you so much. But it just comes from being exposed to it with Andrew. It's Andrew that's got the knack for it, and he's sort of taught me everything that I know, really. Dean, have your internal organs recovered from the curry challenge?
You actually weren't that bad.
Yeah, there's your drinks, man.
I know.
No.
We're booked in at 8:30, aren't we?
What time is it? 1:15. We are probably going to have to round this off in a few minutes' time so that we can head on over to Vegas Grill. Shall we see if Andrew will come over and say hello to everyone?
I think they're leaving, aren't they?
He's got his jacket on. 399 of you are tuned in. I can't believe that many. Go to the Palace versus Everton game. It's easier said than done, really, with tickets, isn't it?
Yeah.
More lives, please. It's been great. Thank you, Matty. We will try our best to do some more lives. It's a bit tricky in Liverpool because you need to sort of be outside. Is Andrew going to come over and say bye to everyone?
Andrew!
Did Dean get his ice cream on Sunday night? He did.
I've done a great job tonight, but you have an appointment with Mum's birthday meal. Hi, guys!
We do.
What? 408 tuned in.
Yeah.
Amazing numbers. I made a first live stream. 408 steady. There you go.
Brilliant.
Thank you, everyone. Everyone says that I'm professional. I said I've learned it all from you.
I'm not.
Not well.
There's not many people get 400 tuned in on a first live stream.
I have no clue whether that's good or bad, but I'll take his word for it. So thank you so much for everyone watching.
But we have a
Please
table
do
booked.
hit the like button if you have enjoyed it. A little Q&A. Can I show you? No. See, I wanted to show you guys the view, but I don't want to disturb people enjoying their drinks and stuff. Fab Live, enjoy your meal. Thank you. We are headed over to Vegas Grill for Mum's birthday, so if you are about, do pop over and say hello to us, and a happy birthday to Knightstrider.
And thumbs up for Catherine.
Thank you
What a
so
great
much,
live.
everyone. Thank you.
First,
It was good to do it in Hard Rock because we do love a Hard Rock. We collect the pins and everything, so might go and buy a pin to commemorate doing our first ever live here. Enjoy your last night. Yeah, thanks for reminding us. But a steak will make it all better. Best steak on the island of Vegas Grill. It's Dean's favourite, 100%. Great first live stream. Thank you so much, everyone. You've all been so lovely in the chat. Really enjoyed this. Thank you. Enjoy your night. Thank you, everyone. We are going to round it off and we will see you. We have got a few videos from Tenerife going up. We haven't vlogged every day. We've got a couple of adventures and things going up from Tenerife.
Are we going to do a travel day, like a vlog home? Or?
Would you guys like to see us vlog our journey home from Tenerife back to Manchester on a Thursday evening? If you guys want to see it, we'll film it, if that's what you guys are after. So let me know in the comments if you do want to see that. Let me know if you've ever been to Vegas Grill or Hard Rock Rooftop for a drink. And yes, thank you so much for tuning in, for all your support, for raising money for Dean's charity. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. The community on YouTube, whether you're from the Strider community with Andrew or you're completely separate, if you just tuned in for us, honestly, we can't thank you enough. Bye guys, good night.